We went through the drive-through daiquiri place on the way and like spent the day looking at river property. It was the best day.
Boy, it looks like you really swallowed your pride with that one.
I did.
Family, not your family, a family. Okay. We're taking this Valentine's episode into stalker mode.
Yeah. Hi, y'all. Welcome to Hustle Humbly. It's Alyssa and Katie, and we are two top producing realtors in the Baton Rouge market.
We work for two different companies where we should be competitors, but we have chosen community over competition.
The goal of our podcast is to encourage you to find your own way in business.
So stop comparing yourself and start embracing your strengths.
Hi, Alyssa.
Hey, Katie.
I think we're going to start this.
I'm ready.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, happy Valentine.
Hello, and I love you.
Love you
And
too.
we love our people. And this is episode number 132.
Okay.
I feel like I want to talk like Delilah on this episode.
Delilah.
And then we could have people request love songs or love stories. Today we are going to talk about referral love.
Yes.
Love, working by referral, love from our referrals, database love letter to your database, whatever you want to call it.
Love.
Love. It's all about love and the people.
Mhm.
You know, all the people that get into the real estate that say, I just love people.
I just love people.
This will test you on that.
Yeah.
But we do. We just love our people.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to talk about that today. But first,
The flip report.
we're getting good at that.
We are, now that it's almost over. It is officially on the market.
Oh, hooray.
It got off to a slow start.
Okay.
I think I knew that that's how it was going to be.
You seemed really worried.
Yeah, because I was pushing the price higher than I thought was.
Okay, tell us that. You thought it should be at X, what?
I was going to list it at like $319-ish.
Okay.
And then Whitney and others were like,
I was all
more.
for high. More. Go higher.
And I'm like, but it's a
Reach for the
two-bedroom.
stars.
It's a
Reach-
two-bedroom.
You're like, I
and
know
it's a
this
tough
is
one
fun.
because price per square foot, it could have been like $415.
I know.
Because
that's
it's so big.
so important, the bedrooms.
But the two-bedroom thing,
I
I
know.
knew, because I'm that way. Like when
Yeah.
I'm working with buyers, I
Right.
take that into consideration. So anyways, we listed for $329.
Okay.
And it took a little minute to get a showing. When I say a little minute, I mean like
A couple of hours.
a couple. Well, you know, in this market, when you list a good house,
Right.
it's like boom, boom, boom.
You
boom,
were like,
boom,
uh-oh.
boom. Yeah, overlapping showings.
You're like,
and-
no boom.
No, that did not happen.
Right.
That did not happen. Off to a slow start.
Okay.
I had a showing scheduled,
Mm-hmm.
and then I had a second showing scheduled,
Okay.
and then the second showing canceled.
Uh-oh.
And they decided it was more than they wanted to spend was the feedback. So I was
Okay.
like, oh no.
They saw the pretty pictures and they're like, yes.
Yes. And then they're like,
And
no,
they're like,
no,
we
we
can't.
can't do this.
Can't do that. Not for a
Then
two-bedroom.
the first showing
Mm-hmm.
canceled.
Oh.
And I was like, oh my gosh, what happened?
What
And
is
she
happening?
said that her buyer really needs there to be gas run to the house. This
Okay.
house does not have gas. This
Crazy.
street, yes. He has a gas generator, which is important in Louisiana.
Yeah.
He likes a gas stove.
Okay.
So I told Whitney, because I was like, Whitney, you told me to list higher, and now this is happening. Nobody wants the house.
Oh, I like that you blamed her.
I did. I blamed Whitney. So I told Whitney they canceled because there is
Of the
no gas
gas.
at the house. So Whitney is like, I'm going to call the gas company right now.
I love it.
So Whitney like bullied the gas company into agreeing that
To run gas
if we
there?
need to, they will certainly run gas to the house on their expense.
What?
They will do it, and then they will run it all the way to the house, and then once it's to the house, you are responsible for getting it to where you want it to go.
Fine.
Great. So I called the agent back, and it was funny because Whitney emailed me like a reference number, who she talked to,
Right.
like all the information, so it could never be debated.
Okay.
So the agent rescheduled.
Oh, good.
So Whitney like hustled that appointment back on the books.
Love it. Y'all, take note.
Yeah, I was very impressed. I was just going to cry about it, but Whitney was
She's like, we're
no.
gonna do something about
yeah,
this.
we're going to show them. We're going to get gas at that house. So they loved it, but she said her buyer is a slow decision maker
Okay.
and could not make an appointment.
Okay.
Then I got the next day, so then it was like nothing, crickets. So then the next day I had an appointment.
Oh, I know, because I think I texted you that night. I'm like, how's it going? You're like, nothing.
Nothing.
You're like, it's things
Nothing.
not going to sell.
No showings. So then the next day I had a showing scheduled. And I was like, woohoo!
Which was a Saturday?
Saturday.
Okay.
So after like 12 hours passed and I didn't hear from this showing, I texted him or emailed him and was like, hey, how did your showing go? Oh, it wasn't for a client. I just live in the neighborhood and I've been watching that it's been renovated. So I just wanted to go see it.
Knife in the heart.
And I was like,
thanks
so
a
you
lot.
weren't even real. You weren't even real. Then
Well, at least mark agent preview in this showing.
Yeah.
That's an option.
Yeah.
Y'all know that, right?
Right. Yeah.
So that they don't. Okay, go on.
So then we have another showing.
Okay.
And it is the buyer that the second showing that had canceled that was like, no, I don't want to spend that much.
They
was
came
like,
back?
Yes. Was like, okay. Like, let's go look at it. I've there's nothing else.
Right,
like,
low
I do
inventory
really
problems.
like it. I do really like it. So here's what's funny. The agent like couldn't get there. So Whitney
I went.
showed it and it was perfect because she was able to answer all his questions.
Absolutely.
And then Sunday, we had a showing. We had 2 showings. So it started kind of picking up a little bit.
Okay, great.
One of the showings was like, no, the feedback was not interested. Beautiful home. They really wanted to add a 3rd bedroom and did not feel it was possible with the floor plan, which it's not. So they were a no. So yeah.
Love it.
The one that Whitney showed is supposed to be sending me an offer.
This, friends, we've learned so many lessons out of this flip report. 1, if there's a problem for a buyer and they tell you what their objection is, try to find a solution.
Yes.
If you can find a solution, then you've solved the problem.
Yes.
2, when you show your own listings, especially when they've been renovated or there's a lot of amenities or there's just a lot of things to know, regardless, every time I've shown my own listing, those buyers buy the house.
Yeah.
Because you were able
That is
to
true.
that's sales
I know.
salesmanship. So y'all, if you've got a listing that's having trouble getting sold, maybe it's time for you to pop into some showings.
Yeah, maybe now the listing agent needs to be present and you can just give the tour and then leave.
Right.
And give the buyer's agent the key to lock up.
You don't need to steal a client.
No.
You just need to present the property. The truth is, the buying agent a lot of times is not presenting the property. They're just opening the door.
They don't know.
They're seeing it for the first time too.
I do think Whitney was so excited about the house and was the perfect person to show it.
She loved all the changes. Look at this. Look at that.
and look, she did this and this used to be like this and this used to be here.
Yeah.
This beam wasn't here and we really
y'all take note. I know that sounds silly and maybe like, oh, we don't want to step on anyone's toes. In our market, it's super common for listing agents to be there for luxury listings.
Yes.
Like they're always there for the showings. But this is just a, run of the
normal
mill.
house. Yeah.
But it's happened to me on run of the mill houses when I had to go do the showing for some reason. All right, that's it.
The flip report.
Okay, back to the love letter.
Repeat. Well, I had it kind of as a repeat and referral type thing.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Tell me, before you get into what you're going to tell us, we're going to, truth be told, we were going to do a love letter to our database and realized that we had just done a database revisit on 107. Y'all know that we're database people, but we also are getting a lot of new listeners.
Yes.
So we don't want anyone to miss the importance of working and setting up and everything that has to do with your database. So here are the episodes that you need. Episode 9, what's a database, how to use it.
That also is where we really talk about the database template that we have. And if you need a blank copy of that, it's free. It's on our website.
Yeah, you just go to hustlehumblypodcast.com/database.
And you can just get the free spreadsheet that we
It'll
talk
give you
about. But you need to listen to that episode to understand.
Please do. Then there's episode number 15, which is keeping up with your database for the holidays. But y'all, regardless of if it's holiday season, it gives you ideas on how to reach out to your database.
Yes.
Okay. Then there was number 107. So not too long ago, database revisit.
Okay.
We kind of talk about cleaning your database, how to add people to it, what are the qualifications. So that episode revisits database again.
Yes.
So today we're going to talk about loving referrals because
you have loved your database so well.
you should be getting referrals.
That now you are getting referrals and repeat business.
Yeah. And my number one note is the best way to get referrals is to provide excellent customer service. Very simply, you have clients now, wow them. If you don't have any clients and you only have one client, you better really wow them because you don't have a lot to work with.
Right.
But that's the number one for me. Okay, what are your thoughts on this referral? Because you work by referral.
Repeat and referral are my top two.
Me too.
Every year.
Every year.
Apparently, according to NAR, 82% of all real estate transactions are either repeat or referral business.
82%.
82%. So only 18% are internet leads, sign calls.
Right. All
maybe
that money
open
you
house.
pay for leads.
Yeah. And not only that, but that 18% is the hardest business that you will.
It's cold.
Yes,
cold.
You are building a relationship from scratch. They don't know you at all.
Oh.
Who knows how many times you're having to follow up with them?
Right.
But you know what's funny too? My third highest source is realtor referrals.
Yes. So it's still a referral.
Yes. So I do a lot. So our company is in all of Louisiana.
Right.
And we do a top 30 trip every year.
Okay.
So I have become good friends with agents in New Orleans and Alexandria and just all around. And I was always very intentional about those relationships.
Wise, because those are top producers.
I will tell you this, though. It also made me realize that the realtor referral business, I make less money.
Yeah.
Because I'm paying a referral.
Yep.
And when I give a referral, I usually ask the agent for 20%.
Oh.
I do, just because I feel like it's so much work. I'm just making the introduction. I don't want a quarter
Right,
of
that
your
5% just pushed you over the edge.
Yeah, I just feel
Some
like if
people
I'm
ask
going to
for
do
30.
this, well, if you're closing 15 to 18 realtor referral transactions,
Then you might
that
as well-
extra 5%
Yeah.
makes a big difference.
Right.
But I actually got a realtor referral this year and asked for 20, and they were like not pleased. I got pushback.
Wait, how much did they want?
25.
Oh, right.
Yeah, they wanted
That
25.
seems pretty standard.
It is standard, but I always did 20, and I thought 20 was fair, but they're not thinking it's fair. So I'm kind of rethinking, like, I like that business because they trust me.
Right.
But that is 15 transactions a year that
That's
I'm
a
making
lot.
a quarter, like
Of
a
the-
fourth
of the
a
money.
fourth less than a normal transaction.
Right.
But I appreciate the referral. So I'm
For
just
sure.
this was the first year when I was doing my evaluation that I was going, it's great business, but you make less. So I'm just trying to decide.
Well, that would be the same if you were paying for a lead service or,
Yeah.
some of those like Redfin do it that way where you're paying a referral at the end. You're not paying per lead. You're
No.
giving 30% back. So you're right. You have to weigh it because an extra transaction also means extra time.
Yes.
But that's great. I mean,
I enjoy it, and I'm not against working the referrals. It just kind of, I think it's always wise at the end of the year to look at your money and to look at your business and to look at your time and evaluate, do I need to do something differently?
you have to evaluate them all together.
Yes.
How much time did it take? What was the money? Where did it come? That all makes sense to me.
Right.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you brought up agent referrals because I also think you need, just the way you said that, you were intentional with those agents who were on that trip with you and building relationships.
And
What?
I handwrite them letters
Okay.
saying like, hey, I had so much fun with you in Charleston.
Right.
Don't forget I'm in Baton Rouge. If you ever have Baton Rouge people coming here, I'd be happy to help. That like I wasn't just being their friend. I also reached out after the fact. These agents are in my database to get Christmas cards.
I love that.
They're in my database to get the LSU football magnets. So I was really treating these agents
just like a regular client.
Yes.
As a client.
Yes.
In your database.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's great.
Mm-hmm.
I see a lot of recently agents forming relationships with other agents, especially because of social media. They could be anywhere, and then they, have this referral network. I think that's great. I also think it's good to be mindful of your market and where do people move into and out of from.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to go to any market and like schmooze realtors to try to get referrals, I would go to Houston all day, every day. People are constantly coming in from Houston, going out to Houston. Like I've sent lots of referrals into lots of different markets in Texas, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But then you're right. The other one would be probably New Orleans, back and forth from Baton Rouge to New Orleans all the time.
The other thing I realized was of these realtor referrals, the 15, it's funny because it was in 15, it was in 2021, it was 15.
Okay.
In 2020, it was 15.
Okay.
In 2019, it was 8.
Oh, wow.
So it's growing each year.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of it too is people buying condos for their kids to go to LSU.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a lot of the business that I'm
Right.
getting is that they want to invest in condos or housing for their kids
That
coming
makes
here.
sense.
Yeah.
Well, that's a lot of influx.
I would say of the 15, I think like 7 or 8 was
that?
LSU housing for their children.
Okay. Makes sense.
Um,
But knowing your market, I think, is key to getting agent referrals and to working it appropriately.
yeah.
Okay.
And I'm still like, want to work that business.
Yeah.
But maybe this year I don't handwrite all those letters.
Okay.
Like I just kind of, if it comes, great.
Right. You're going
And
to
maybe I dedicate that time to handwriting to repeat and referral business.
Right. To your top peeps.
Yeah, like my
makes
clients
total
that are
sense.
agents. And then I still work the realtor referrals. I'm just dedicating my energy
Where's your focus?
right where
Yes.
I am.
What you focus on grows.
Yes, these
Every time.
transactions make 25% more money.
Right.
So I'm going to dedicate my handwriting letter time over here.
Rightfully so.
And then when the realtor referrals come, I work them. I appreciate them. I love them.
Yeah. I love it. Okay. Let's talk about, since you're on numbers, I took down what percentage of my business by percents were referral, past client, and personal sphere. So basically your database people,
Okay.
right? Past
Yep.
client, a referral from someone on your database, or someone that's in your personal sphere and would be on your database, right?
Okay. Yep.
Okay. In 2020, we're going to go back 5 years. In 2017,
Okay.
72% of my business were those people.
72.
So database people, we're going to call them. 2018, 88%.
Whoa.
2019, 73%. So we're back around.
Yeah.
Okay. 2020, 91%
What?
of my business was referral, past client, personal sphere. Y'all remember now, by 2020, I'm in the business 14 years. It's just a lot of buildup of
Yeah.
past client and all that. And they're turning, right? 2021, 95% of my business was referral, past client, personal sphere.
Very interesting.
So
Look how
your
much, like
database.
almost 100% of it.
Yeah. And because I also am not focused on any other type of lead source. I'm only
Yes.
focused on that type of business. So now, as a control, if you will, let's go way back to the beginning.
Okay.
2006.
Okay.
My first full year. So I got my license in 2005 at the, almost end of the year. The first full year I'm in business. Can you guess what my percentage was of personal sphere and referral? Because I couldn't have any repeat yet.
30.
56.
Wow. That's pretty good.
56%. So it's grown obviously incredibly, but so I guess my point to say, even to the new agents, you can't just say, oh, well, I can't do that. I don't have any past clients.
Mm-hmm.
You still have a sphere. You still have a personal sphere, and you still have people who can refer you out of that. So referrals are still a thing that you should be focused on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What else you got?
Well, from that, when I was going through like the sources of where everybody came from, church was a huge I've told a lot of people from churches their houses that they're in now or when they've bought and sold, but it's just because I show up, like they know me. I go to Bible study, I go on retreats and things like that.
You have to be present.
Yeah, you have to be present
With the people.
and that's fun because it's like I know them and then I just get to hang out with my friends more.
Right.
I had a client that was a teacher
Mm-hmm.
and the lender that that she used was a teacher before she became a lender.
Okay.
And she just had like such a heart for helping this teacher. And then this client referred us to another girl that she works with at the same school that was a teacher.
Right.
So the lender was like, why don't we put together like some little goodie bags and ask them how many teachers. It was a small school.
Okay.
So there was 15 teachers in this little elementary school.
Okay.
So we went and got 15 little Tupperwares.
Yes.
And filled it with expo
I love this story.
markers and stickers
So good.
and just things that teachers need, and brought them to the school. And they did have our business cards in them.
Right.
But it was just fun. Like, that was fun business. And we ended up selling houses to like 4 or 5 teachers from that school.
I love it.
You could do the same thing with nurses. Like if you have a client that's a nurse, ask her when she's working next and like bring a Chick-fil-A tray or have like food delivered for her shift and for the worker, you know, all the nurses.
Because then you automatically have built in street cred, like social proof, because
oh, this is my realtor. She sent us dinner.
Because she's there. The client is there. So anytime, I guess, you could reach out to a client in their place of work, they can vouch for you. They can say, yes, oh my God, this is so nice. Surely they've never had another realtor send them a tray of sandwiches.
No.
And they would probably be like, wow.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, that's my realtor. Oh my gosh, she's so great. I love my house. Blah, blah, blah. I think that is amazing.
I have also like always been intentional about the people that the buyers bring with them.
I have that in my notes for you to talk about.
Okay. So
tell us what you mean.
I encourage buyers to bring mom, dad, friend, sister, whoever to either the home inspection or while we're house hunting. And when the closing is over, I ask them for that person's address and I just tell them, I just want to write them a thank you note.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to
do anything.
So if it's a mom or a dad, you know, hey, thank you so much for all your help during the process. I know that you are so proud of Megan for buying her first home.
Right.
I know that your opinion and input meant so much to her. So thank you for being there to help guide her through this process. If you ever need anything, let me know.
Right.
And I put one business card in it and that's it.
Yeah.
And then I add them to get like a Christmas card or anytime I do a mail out, they're just on there.
Okay, but you only ask for their address.
Yes.
Do you go and like friend these people on social media?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like wherever you would need to keep up with them.
Okay.
But yeah, just ask yourself at the end of a transaction, who did I meet during that transaction? Because now it's no longer a cold lead.
Right.
And they were obviously impressed with you because you made it through the closing table.
Yes.
And they did not recommend that this person use someone else.
Right.
So it's not like my best friend encouraged me to use her realtor. Like maybe they don't know a realtor.
Right.
So
or they didn't
really making those relationships that are naturally, people are so focused on, I need new business. I need new business. They have so many people right in front of them.
you. It's just right in front of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're missing it.
I also made a note that it's okay and probably wise to ask your client for referrals during the transaction.
Yes.
These people will never talk about real estate more than while they're in the process. Seller, buyer, no matter what
That's
they are.
That's a good point.
They're talking to their friends about getting ready for showings, or they're talking to their friends about getting offers, or talking to their friends about their home inspection. They're talking to everyone about buying a house at that point in time. So now, I love what you're doing because you're sending notes to people who were there during the process. But don't forget to ask your clients for referrals during the transaction. Hey, when you're talking with your friends about real estate, would love any referrals. If they're as great as you, I'd love to work with them.
Yeah, that's good.
Like, just make it feel like, you know.
And it lets them know that you're open for more business. I know that sounds silly, but people think like you're so busy.
They don't know.
They don't know. But when you're intentional about asking, they're like, oh, yeah, sure. I could definitely let them know or send your information
I
out.
cannot tell you how many times something's happened. Okay, we'll just have a fake example. My buyer client writes an offer, something happens in the inspection, they cancel, they feel bad. I'm like, they buy for sale by owner and I don't get involved. And they're like so upset. I'm like, don't worry, you're going to send me those referrals though, right? Right? Like that's how but you got to ask for the referral. honestly, the public doesn't automatically know that's something that you do or want. And if you say things like, I only work by referral, or the safest business is by referral, then your clients want to help you. Well, oh, you're right. I don't want you to work with some random stranger off the internet. I will send you my mom or my sister or my friend, my best friend. They just had a positive experience with you. There's no reason why they wouldn't send you a referral.
Right.
I mean, they're not typically going to do your review mid-transaction. I think some agents do this, but I'm not going to ask you to review my services till we're done. But I can certainly ask you to refer someone while we're in progress.
Yeah.
Why not?
One of my first closings, I think it was year 2, and it was a friend from college, and his dad was very much like, no, you need to use this agent. She's been our family agent forever. And he's like, Dad, I just feel more comfortable with my friend.
Right.
Well, Dad was there throughout the whole process. He's an engineer. He's very intelligent. I always felt less than, like I didn't know certain things. And he was like, did you know that you can look this up on this website at the city parish? And it was just always so much more than I knew about. And I just knew that this dad was furious that his son didn't use me. But we made it to the closing table, and afterwards, I wrote the dad a thank you letter saying what I already told you I said.
Right.
Thank you for all of your help. I know that your opinion meant a lot to him. I really appreciate that you were there and you taught me a lot.
Boy, it looks like you really swallowed your pride with that one.
I did, because it was like, I don't even know if I want to do this.
I don't want to send this letter.
I don't know. But then he called me and said, Alyssa, me and my wife, we want to buy this condo on the river. And I was going to see if you wanted to help us. And I was shocked.
I bet you were.
I could not believe it. And so it was about 45 minutes away. So they were like, we can ride together. We went through the drive-through daiquiri place on the way and like spent the day looking at river property. It was the best day. And they bought. And then he sold the river condo a few years later and bought like a river house.
Oh.
And then he referred me to my biggest sale to date.
Wow.
It was a house on the river. It was like $1.5 million.
Wow.
And there were many more that he referred me between that one and that one. I mean, overall, I'll have to go look at my notes, but at least 10 good leads that I closed from him that would have never happened if I didn't write that note to him.
And you even knew that he already said he had an agent.
Yeah.
That he was pushing. And then
I really wasn't writing the note to get business.
What were you writing it for?
I was kind of writing it for closure for myself, to just...
Because it was a hard experience.
It was a hard experience, and I always felt self-conscious about how it went.
And that was a good way for you to like...
I was doing it for myself to just like close that chapter and be the bigger person and say, thanks for everything.
Karma worked out great for you.
Yeah, I never thought he would have called. That's not why I wrote it. It was just to say, and I don't even think I asked for business. You
didn't have to.
No, because
he was probably so impressed that after he gave you such a hard time, you still wrote a nice note. There.
He has sent me more referrals than his son, my friend. So him and his wife are like, you know, I don't know. We still talk.
I love it.
It's fun.
I love it.
You never know what it's going to lead to.
Okay. I have a note here also about referrals. You never know. And I wrote, and I quote, referrals can come from surprising places.
Very.
They truly, truly can. You can get a referral from someone that you're like, obviously they don't need an agent. Home inspector. The real estate photographer sent me a referral once, and I was like, what?
You know 100 realtors.
You know all the realtors. I'm like, okay. But, title attorneys or any, like, just because they're in the industry and they know all the agents doesn't mean anyone is even attempting to get their business, because they're probably all thinking the same thing you are. Or like just thinking about where you can help someone in their business, like i.e., maybe you know a divorce attorney or an estate attorney. Instead of trying to get business, why don't you say, hey, could I provide, free market reports for your client? Like if you need to know the value of a home while you're working on a, property like a settlement, let me know. It adds up and it matters. And then, like I said, you can get those referrals from some surprising places. Just because someone says they have an agent doesn't mean they're going to use that agent forever.
Right.
Hey, Lissa.
Hey, Katie.
Guess what?
What?
We have updated the email templates.
Finally.
Whoa, hallelujah. They are updated and there are more of them.
Yes, we have 10 buyer templates,
Right?
15 seller templates,
Mhm.
as well as a checklist for when to send all the emails at what point in the transaction.
Yes, so you don't have to guess when they go. It's very specific. This happened now, then you send this email. So
This is what they need to know.
this is what they need to know right now. Also, there are 6 attachments that go along with some of the seller side. So like move out checklist and showing prep or all that stuff. So there's all the information you will ever need to tell your clients in one of these templates.
Yes, and if you still aren't sure, you can go back and listen to episode 31, where we talk about the importance of the templates and why we use them.
Like, what are we even doing?
So we hope that they help you because they have helped us so much.
Immensely.
And we have gotten so many wonderful reviews about how they have helped others. And so now they are up to date and ready for you.
Yeah, and you can go read reviews and all the information at emailtemplates101.com.
Lovely.
How easy is that?
Great.
Okay, y'all enjoy.
Bye. I taught an iPad class back in the day.
Back in the
Back in the day in 2014
when they get up
for
to go
our
to the
office.
store, the Apple store.
Yes, it was for agents to learn how to write purchase agreements on their iPad.
Okay.
And how to do paperwork on the iPad. So when I hosted it, it was mostly older agents that attended the class. And there was one in particular, looking back on this day, it still makes me smile, Fancy Nancy.
Oh, good old Nancy.
Nancy was in that class, and Nancy was older. I mean, I cannot believe she was still in the business showing
And at the
houses.
iPad
And at the iPad class, I mean, I was super impressed. But she was struggling in the iPad class. And so she stayed after, and me and her just became friends. When I started talking to her, something about talking to her was not like talking to an older person where there's this huge age gap.
Right.
She was just on my level. She related to like starting a family and was telling me how she was a single mom back in a time when that really wasn't embraced or
Right.
acceptable, and how she had to use real estate to basically save her family. Anyways, as Nancy got older, she said, look, I don't know if you'd be interested, but I have this buyer and I can't show them all the houses like I used to, but I want to be involved. So I started helping Nancy.
Right.
And anytime she had a buyer or even a listing, we would co-list it. And by the end of the day, I mean, me and Nancy did 7 or 8 together, transactions together. Nancy passed away last year. And I have people that are like, I need you because you knew Nancy. Like Nancy was my agent and she loved me and she loved you. And so I have to have you because you knew her.
I love it.
So it's just interesting. I even closed one after she passed away.
You did?
And I was like,
love
this is so crazy because
Oh
she's
my
like
God.
still here.
These are her
you
people.
know?
These are her people.
But that being said, like agents that are in your office that are maybe wanting to retire, like asking them like if there's anything. But here's the thing about that. They are not just going to give it to anybody.
No.
They are looking at
you
your
better
work ethic,
Yep.
at your professionalism, at how you appear in the office,
Right.
at
Well,
how
you
you
can-
speak.
We're going to cover this in a coming episode, but you can go to those top producers, those, people that are getting closer to retirement age and offer to help them for free.
Yes.
Offer to do, whatever you can for them so that they then remember, oh, well, she was willing to work.
Right.
And now I don't want to work. And so I'm going to send my clients to her because she wants to work.
Yeah.
It's really quite simple.
There was an agent that moved away and she was referring her business to a certain agent in our office, which I thought was fine.
Right.
But then she reached out to me and was like, this is a different kind of referral. Like it's a little bit more high end.
Okay.
This buyer is this seller is a little bit more analytical and tough. And like, I just feel like you could handle it better.
Okay.
So I was like, okay. So I ended up closing it. But it goes to show, like, I even had kind of counted that off.
Written
Like,
them off.
They have someone helping them. That's fine. But so I was even surprised that they called me for this one, but it was just a harder one.
Yeah.
I can remember, so there are several agents that were new with me when I started that are not agents anymore.
Right.
And they refer me.
Yeah.
And there is no referral fee because they're not agents anymore.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
I've had this happen too. Like agents that I have, helped and mentored, and my office is a lot smaller than yours. So there wasn't a lot of people constantly coming in. But there was one agent in particular that I liked. She was like, "Can I follow you?" I'm like, "Yep." I was mentoring her. It didn't work out. Like she ended up actually moving away and it wasn't working out. And so she had clients or people she knew here and she would refer them all to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a client one time that bought a house and his parents were very involved, and I wrote his parents letters after.
Okay.
And I added them on Facebook and I sent them Christmas cards, and then he became an agent.
Oh, right.
So out of respect, I deleted them from my database. I was still friends with them on Facebook and stuff.
Right, but then he didn't stick.
Yeah, then he didn't stick, so I put them back in my database. I had to go back and find their information. Yeah, I was like, dang it, I deleted them. So I put them back and I put him back. Because when he became an agent, I was like, well, you're not a past client anymore.
I've had so many past clients become agents. It is ridiculous.
It's a lot.
But I'm making this look too easy. Okay, so I think that's funny. Let's talk about how do you get your database to refer you. So we talk about in the database episodes, dividing. You'll hear this from all the gurus and coaches and stuff. How do you divide your database? You got to divide it into A's, B's, C's, D's, whatever you're going to label them. But not everyone is the same, right?
Right.
A+ is the people who know you, like you, trust you, have probably used you before, would always use you again, and would advocate for someone else to use you. So oh, wait, you're buying a house, you have to use Alyssa. You have to use her. Not just they would use you. Those are maybe the A's or B's. The people who are telling everyone they know from the top of the mountain, no, you must use Alyssa. She's the best. Okay, so those are A+. But you have to teach everyone, no matter who they are, how do they refer you? Logistically. So you'll get a lot of these. Hey, I gave my friend your name. Immediately, I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. That's wonderful. Do you by any chance have their email? I'd love to send a quick hello, no pressure.
Great.
But ask for the email because a lot of times the friend doesn't remember your name, doesn't know how to contact you, is not quite sure if they're ready to start the process. And then you send one email that's like, hey, I'm Katie. Susie told me that you might be looking to buy or sell and just wanted to say hi and introduce myself. Let me know if you need anything. The end.
Yeah.
Open the dialogue. That works every time.
Yeah.
Just open the dialogue. It's not salesy. Don't be over the top. I'm an agent and I can help you. Just, hey, Susie said you might need an agent to help with the purchase. Just let me know what I can do. Maybe you want to attach your reviews to that. Here are my reviews if you want to know how I work.
That would be a good one.
So do that. And then get your clients on your database interested in your business. I love the way you do the letter, the mid-year or the Thanksgiving letter. It's I'm still working towards my goals.
Oh, yeah. No, that's, yeah. The Thanksgiving letter is just thank you.
Right.
I'm here if you need me. But you could do a 6-month. I haven't had to do it in the last 2 years at this point in my business.
Yeah.
But at the mid-year point, writing a letter saying, we're halfway through the year. I have some big goals for this year that I am almost meeting. If you have anyone looking to buy or sell, I would greatly appreciate if you would pass my name along. Here are a few business cards. I am working and hope you're doing great.
Yeah. That's
all it has to say. But you have to be intentional about asking for it.
I'm looking for you to send me referrals. That is what I need for you to do.
Yep. People love to help.
They love to help.
And you're not asking them to buy anything or attend a Tupperware party or to put your credit card in. You're not asking for anything except for them to help you and think of you. And people love to do that when you ask from a place of humility.
Yeah.
What they don't like is seeing you post 100 times on social media in a fancy blazer that you're a realtor now.
Who do you know looking to buy or sell?
Looking to buy or sell? Send them my way. They're not going to do it. It's not genuine.
Any value to the person looking at your social media either. No. It's not entertaining.
Nope.
It's not helpful. It doesn't add value. No, thank you.
Right.
Okay. I love all that. I also want to talk about as a method to sort of vet you, vouch for you. Getting reviews is a great way to also get referrals, if you will. Maybe the people that see the review know the person. Maybe they don't. But having that person post their review My lender always does this. When she gets the review, she'll then tag the person or tag me if I was the agent. Now all these people are seeing, oh, look at this review. I see that, so-and-so used this agent and they had a great experience. Now, reviews to me, if we're going to take our Valentine angle, are like love letters from your clients.
Yeah.
You receive back from your client. So these are the nice things they want to say about you. You need to know where you're going to post them, and you need to ask for them every single time.
I need a better plan on like sharing mine.
Let me tell you.
I get them, but I don't really do a lot with them.
Okay, so
What are some things you do?
I'm going to tell you exactly what I do.
Tell me.
I'm going to tell you exactly what I do. First of all, I have gotten them on Zillow. I have a link from Zillow. I have gotten them on realtor.com. I have gotten them on Facebook. You can, and I've heard great success stories about getting them on Yelp, although I've never done it. Currently, my plan that is working and I am loving is Google. You need to get them on Google. If someone Googles your name, they're going to pop up first because it's your Google business. Like it's linked to you.
But you have to set that up.
It's not that hard.
And you need to do it because when people Google a business, you know how it comes up on the right as like a separate thing and it'll have your logo on it.
Yeah.
If you have it set up. It is not hard to set up.
It's not hard to set up.
And make sure it doesn't say open 24 hours.
No.
Because that's what a lot of the realtor ones say.
Give it business hours,
Give
please.
me some office hours.
But I have shared the Google link for just the last maybe just over a year, a couple of years. So I'm like, why do I keep sending these people to a website I don't even want them to go to?
Right.
I'm going to send them to Google, and then when they post it there, no matter where, if you're using a link from realtor.com or Facebook, those websites always email you and say you have a new review. That email is what I typically then would print up and stick in my brag book.
Sure.
Because it makes me happy. But also, I cut and paste the words and I put it on my PDF, like my actual document that's got all my reviews on it.
Yeah.
And then I print up the reviews and put them in my client folders. So now you can see it. So if I go to a listing appointment with, I'm being interviewed with other agents, the reviews are in the folder.
That's really good.
The reviews are in the folder. It's not just like you have to go find them somewhere. And then, of course, you want to cut and paste them and put, if you have your own website, get them there. Okay. You're probably not going to get them. I don't think I would even recommend that you have them automatically do it there. Have them do it in a place where the power of Google or the power of Zillow or the power of realtor.com is putting those in front of more eyes. Okay.
Yeah.
But Google, I love. And lately I've gotten a couple of actual clients who've called and I've been like, how did you find me? And they were like, just Google.
Yeah.
Like I found you on the internet. I'm like, these people are seeing these reviews. I am certain.
Well, you're popping up more because you actually have your Google profile set up and it has content.
You will have to have a office address because to set up a Google, you have to tell them where your business is. So then they send a postcard to your office. You get the postcard and you tell them what the code is.
I don't even know if I did that.
I don't know. But so like when you go to search my office, it also pops up that I'm there. Other agents can do it in the same office. It's not like their address can only be used once, but that's how it works. And I'm telling you, those reviews, they are inferred referrals. It's like someone else in the world is saying, Katie did this. We liked her. This is the type of client we were.
And y'all, you know how much money this costs?
Oh, right. Nothing.
Nothing. All the new agents out there, stop spending money trying to get business. There's so much good free stuff right in front of you.
Provide good service. Ask for a review. The end. Buyers and sellers. That's it. That's it. It's quite simple. All right. So those...
And if you don't have past clients to ask for reviews, ask for referrals from people that you know.
Yeah. Right.
I wrote letters when I was a new agent that said, I started real estate. I am with this company. They are a great company. They've been around since this time.
Yes.
The training has been amazing. If you know anyone looking to buy or sell, I'm ready.
I love that. Do you know when people are going to ask you, can you do it again? Get your pens.
Get your pens.
Get it ready.
Don't message me asking for this, okay?
Just going to do it real slow.
I'm going to do it real slow. Hey, I just got my real estate license. I am working for this company. They have been around for this long and they have amazing training. If you know anyone looking to buy or sell, send them my way. I'm ready.
I love the I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm not in training.
I can do this.
I'm not timid. I'm ready.
Ready.
And then have some really nice, pretty business cards that you put in there.
I love it. I love it. Okay. we talked about your best referrer, and before we, I guess, end this because it's going so well though. It's our favorite. It's our favorite thing to talk about.
Shucks. Okay.
You can do more. We can do more. Here is my note on who's going to refer you the most. Family, not your family. A family. Okay. Your family may not be the one.
I have a few families I could name right now that I'm the family realtor.
That is, I'm telling
you, mom
you
and
guys.
dad. I sold all their kids. I sold Aunt Mary.
Yes.
I'm the family realtor.
Yes. Please pay attention to the fact that your clients who have children, even teens, you're going to be around a minute, but let's just say they've got kids in college. Those people they're going to refer you to their children. I have done so many parents, then their kids, then the kids' friends, and then.
Oh my gosh. I never thought about the fact that these families that have kids that are in high school, like I'm going to be their realtor one day because I'm still going to be here in 10 years selling real estate. And wow.
And that's also kind of.
You should tell them that when they're at showings.
I can't wait
be
to
like,
sell
listen,
this
one day
house.
I'm going to be your realtor and you're going to buy a house.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? When I was younger, even freshman in college, I never thought about buying a house.
No, but you should now.
Nobody ever even mentioned. And you know what? I'm the type of person, because I was working and I made a lot of money working in college.
Yeah.
I was the type of person that if somebody would have planted that idea, I would have done it.
And you'd have been doing even better.
I would have been like, how much do I need? Okay. And wait, my mortgage would be how much?
Like, that's way less than my rent.
And then my roommates that I have now
would pay for my mortgage?
What?
Your little retirement brain would have been so excited.
I know. I'm kind of upset that I got a late start on figuring it out. You know, I rented for so long.
I did too.
But I think if somebody would have planted that seed, I would have totally figured out a way to make that happen.
Well, right. I know. Isn't that crazy? So pay attention to your clients and their children.
Speaking of working through college, I worked at this restaurant in college and I had regulars. In particular, I had this regular, Mr. Mark. And his friend. And every Thursday, they came in and ate lunch. And I waited on them. And then we figured out that his daughter went to school with my middle sister, and we kind of just started making connections. And every time they came in, we talked like friends and learned more about each other.
Love it.
Well, after 4 years of seeing them every Thursday, I came to them and they knew that I was working on my real estate license. Well, it came time that it's like my last shift with them.
Oh my God.
I have my business cards ready to go. I said, y'all, I'm not going to see y'all anymore because I'm not going to work here. And I'm going into, like, it's happening. Like, y'all know that I've been working on my license and now it's here.
Oh, wow.
So I gave them a business card and they left me a beautiful tip on my last lunch serving them. And then in my first year of real estate, Mr. Mark called me and said, we want to move. We need to sell our house. And I was like, okay. So I show up and it's like a $400,000 house.
Holy smokes.
And we want to buy in the country club.
Holy
and I'm like,
smokes.
What?
You like me, the 16-year-old?
You want to, I can help you? And so they sold that house and they bought with me and they have sent me referrals. I've sold their kids a home. I mean, it's just funny how that worked out. And I did that with a lot of people.
You asked.
Yes, and I was not just intentional with them. I was intentional with all my regulars and people that knew, like trivia night people. I'm like, y'all, I'm not going to be here next trivia night because I'm selling real estate and y'all need to buy houses. And they did.
And they did.
They did. But I had to ask.
That like gives me chills.
I know.
That's so good.
I could name, so just last year, I sold 2 houses that they had bought with me from so I worked with them. They were my fellow bartenders.
Yeah.
And in my first 2 years, they bought little condos with me. Well, both of them are getting married now. So we sold their condos and they both bought. So, I mean, I haven't been a bartender in however long. And it's weird because it happened in the same month. So I told like one of them, I was like, you're not going to believe this, but guess who I'm closing tomorrow?
Oh, no way.
And she was like, no.
The other girl.
And she was like, what? I said, I know, it's weird that y'all kind of both came back at the same time. I feel like I'm having like my flashback days because I'm seeing y'all. I've seen y'all both so much in the last 6 weeks. I'm just remembering.
It's like right back there.
Yeah, maybe miss it so much.
Oh my God.
But it's really just about being intentional, staying in touch, being nice with the people that you're working with now.
Yeah.
And do people like you? And do they know where you're going and how to reach you and what you're
Right.
doing?
Don't be a secret agent.
Don't be a secret agent.
Especially not in the beginning. I know you feel nervous, but just at least let them know. Let them decide.
All the moms out there, all you have to do is like be a good mom that shows up when they need volunteers.
Yep.
It's your job
Yep.
to be the volunteer. Like, what other career is it your job to be a good involved parent?
Oh, no.
Most jobs, like corporate America, you don't get to go to anything.
No.
You have to like do all the aftercare and you miss all the school things and field trips. And now it's your job to show up.
Right.
That's what I love about this job.
I know.
I get so fired up because people are like, but how are you not burnt out?
Because
I'm like, because I go to Bible study on Tuesday and then I go on the kids' field trips.
Right.
Like, it's our job to do the things
to just do
that
life.
we love.
Like, right. Not to do something that's contrived and that you're uncomfortable with, just to do your life.
I'm not burnt out because I'm not doing things I hate and cold calling and doing, talking to people I don't want. If I don't like you, you're not going in my database. If you're someone that I closed and it was not a good transaction because you're not a nice person, I don't want to work with you.
And I don't need you.
I don't need you. I'm not putting you in my database.
I need that in my life. I know. But you have to, again, be intentional with how you're getting through. Like, who is on the database? And
so it's funny that you say that. Now that I have decided at this point in my business that I don't want to go that far.
Right.
I am not reaching out or writing letters to the people that I mean, if they call me, great. I will be there to sell your home.
Yeah.
Now, if you're looking to buy, I am referring them because I cannot make that trip so many times.
Sure.
But I am not heavily marketing everybody anymore. I am like, oh, wow, I loved working in this zip code with these people. Like you start, and now there's hundreds of people because I've been in the business for 11 years. Right. So I'm narrowing it down to the location that I want to work in, the people, the price range, like really narrowing in on where I want to be.
I love that.
And that's okay.
Yes, it's totally okay. And you don't have to be deep in your career to have that, but it's going to take a little bit longer. Because as I have here in my notes, working by repeat especially and referral is a long game.
Yep.
It's like compound interest. It will grow, though, exponentially. So once you get 10 years in, I had an agent in my office, I think before I even hit 5 years. I remember her so vividly. She was a top producer saying, oh, at year 5, that's when the referrals will start, like really, like it just turns on like a faucet. And I was like, oh, that's very interesting. And it's true. The longer you're in the business, the more you will get as far as repeat and referral. But you can also train people early. And here's the last thing that I really want to say. If you get 100 people on your database, which should be your goal, 100 should be your goal.
That's a good solid, y'all.
You can get 100
more
people.
is not better.
No.
Like the people at these conferences I go to, they're like, I have 11,000 people in my database. I'm like, you cannot have 11,000 relationships with people that you want to work with.
No. So, we want 100.
Intentional.
100 relationships with people who you could text, call, write, email anytime and you wouldn't feel uncomfortable about it. Okay? And remember, those only, I don't know the percentage. I think it's less than 15% of those people would actually buy or sell that year. Okay? It might be less than that. But each of those 100 people on your database knows 100 people. Yeah. And those are the people that they can refer to you when they are and then all of a sudden, look how you've exponentially increased your reach. Your reach is huge.
I could do every episode
I know
talking about this because it is the quote unquote secret. This is the real estate secret. Where do you get all your business? How do you not burn out?
Right.
What if you get tired of being treated like trash? Well, you shouldn't be working with people that treat you like trash.
No.
Like this is how it should be because you are dedicating your effort where you want to go.
Right.
And it's not going to be on a billboard because you don't want to work with everybody. You want to be selective. What do you love?
Right.
Go there.
You know, it's funny. You just said the person at the conference with 11,000 people in their database.
Mhm.
If you have 100 people in your database and those 100 people know 100 people, that's 10,000. That's like having 10,000 people in your database.
Yeah.
But you only have, but here's the good news. You only have to build a relationship with 100 of them.
Right.
That's it. And then tell them how to refer you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anything else on your notes?
Only 21% of agents get more than 50% of their business from repeats and referrals.
What?
So it's a small number.
Holy smokes.
I thought that was interesting. That should be way higher.
Considering from jump, I've been at 50%.
Oh. You know what? I'm not good at this, but I think it is. So only 55% of buyers share their agent's name on social media. In the posts, they usually always post just bought a house but they don't always share the agent's name.
Do you know why?
Because we don't ask them.
The agent didn't freaking ask.
Yes.
Hey, would you mind tagging me in that post when you're in front of your front door?
Yeah.
Hey, make it even
I need to be better. I need to be better about that.
There was a lender I worked with, and the whole office did this. I guess it was a contest. I think they gave stuff away, but for their lending clients. It was a hashtag, and they stood in front of the door, and it was like hashtag whatever front door, and that's how they would run the contest through the lender. Do you follow what I'm saying?
Yes.
Maybe you won. I don't even know what you won, but I remember seeing it and thinking,
that's a good idea.
You could do that for your clients. You can be like, hey, when you take your picture in front of the house,
don't forget to tag me. And can't wait to see it.
Tag me, and I'll send you a special treat.
Okay.
The front door. It could be something. It could be a wreath. It could be something for the front door.
Oh, that'd be cute. A doormat.
Yes.
That'd be cute.
Tag me in your front door picture.
Yeah.
I'll send you a little something.
That's a good idea.
How cute would that be?
Yeah.
Y'all, there's a limitless amount of things you can do in this business.
And that's fun.
And do the things that are fun.
Yeah.
Please, for heaven's sakes. Okay. Are you ready for a toast?
Yeah.
I know we could keep going. Let's cut it off. These people, we've heard enough today.
I miss all my people now. Like the ones that I worked
Don't you
with.
want to reach out
I miss
to them?
Mr. Mark.
That is kind of funny though, when you get deeper in the business and they just come automatically. Like I don't have to reach out as much, but I also miss them.
I know, I do.
Because you're like, shoot, I love talking. I actually had a client. I don't remember why she texted me a week or so ago. And I'm like, hey, will you send me pictures of your family? She did in the text. I missed you. Please send me photos of your family.
I just miss you.
I love you so much. Okay, so we're gonna move. That's
sorry.
We're taking this.
We're getting mushy gushy.
We're taking this Valentine's episode into stalker mode.
Yeah.
We're like, we really love our database so much.
I'll find you.
Sorry. Oh my God, I love it. Okay, moving on to our toast. This toast comes to us from, oh God, it's always finding the person who it's from. I believe it's from
I might need to
Jill.
start doing the toast.
You're going to do it? You don't like the way I do it? Rude.
Just keep up.
You're supposed to be nice to me.
Oh yeah, Valentine's Day. Sorry.
Gosh. This is from Jill Walls.
Okay.
Okay. To be fair, she did link you into this message. She messaged both of us. Jill Walls.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Jill is in Flatonia, Texas.
Okay.
I love it. Okay. She says, I discovered your podcast because it was recommended in a Facebook mastermind group. Shout out to all y'all who always share the podcast in your Facebook groups.
We love that.
We so love that because people don't.
They don't know. They don't know we're here.
You have to share.
And we don't do any paid marketing. So, hey guys, we need to ask you for referrals.
Oh my God. Duh.
Yeah. We never thought about that.
Could you refer us? That would be great.
Yeah.
Anyway, she found us in a Facebook mastermind group. I have never found more relatable and doable ideas for real estate. This is perfect for this episode.
Yeah.
She said, I ordered Agent Systems and it is life-changing, all caps. Between Agent Systems and the podcast, I am learning and tweaking so much. I can't wait until I iron out all the little details and get it flowing. I binge listen to the podcast and feel like you two are good friends. Love it so much.
We are good friends. Oh, she means like we're her good friends.
We're her friend's sister.
I was like, we are good friends.
You thank God. We love each other. Okay. She is toasting to her best friend since junior high and business partner. Ann Sampson. She is the legal and administrative guru to my marketing, networking, extroverted self. What a great team.
Yeah.
There couldn't be a more perfect match. I am literally living my best life and couldn't enjoy it more.
Oh, that makes me so happy. You don't hear that often. I
know.
couldn't enjoy it more. When's the last time you said that about your job?
Couldn't enjoy it more.
Couldn't enjoy it more.
Love that.
Writing that
We're
down.
in our 3rd year and rocking this business.
Yay.
Okay, so cheers to Ann and to Jill. That is amazing. They love each other.
That's a good one.
That's a great one for today.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Would you refer us?
Please.
Will you share us?
Go give some love to your database today.
Yeah, go love them.
They need the love. Show them the love. Really, bring them something.
Yeah.
Go, do, be.
Send a few text messages.
Just with a heart.
$5 Starbucks gift cards that you can text them, and then they even let you pick the design on the
Yes,
front.
make
I
it-
bet they
make
have
it
a heart one.
Valentine-y.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I love when you're so proud. You're like, yes, I'm going to do
You could
that.
pick 20 people and do $5 and
Yes.
spend $100 on Valentine's
Right.
marketing.
Spend that love.
Oh my god!
Pick out the single ladies.
yeah.
All the single ladies.
You're so good. That's
Take it. You know what they call that? Taking it to the next level.
Okay, I'm writing all this down.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, goodbye.
Okay,
Say bye.
bye. Sorry, writing all it down.
Oh my God.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the Hustle Humbly podcast. Let us know who we should toast to for the next episode.
Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Hustle Humbly Podcast. If you have an episode, topic, or question, please email us at hustlehumblypodcast@gmail.com.
Be sure to subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. See you next week. Bye.
This is the good life.
Am I close enough to this microphone? Do you like this? Do we look like rock stars?
Fantastic.
Did you smile?
Sure did.
Just like look. Okay. I'm ready for my close up, Jay.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Alrighty.
My notebook looks like
Like your brain?
someone is in an asylum.
It does. It looks like. I'm sorry. It's the inside of your brain. It's like, oh, here's the
Nothing.
information. Let me cross it out really forcefully.
100 dots in a row.
That's totally normal. Totally normal.